Hey Gemini, welcome to Aria Moon Tarot, and thank you so much for being here. This is your love reading. For anyone with Sun, Moon, or Rising in Gemini, it's a general reading, so take what resonates and leave what doesn't. If it doesn't, check your other placements. All right, let's get started. Okay, we have the Buffalo Spirit. This card says the abundant universe will provide. Let me give you a close-up of that. I'm noticing immediately that the Buffalo Spirit card is card number 10. This kind of telling me right away that this person sees you as the total package. A 10 out of 10 is how this is coming through. I'm hearing a dime. That's not something I generally say. For some of you, this is how this person would refer to you, as a dime or a dime piece, something like that. I'm trying to get a hold of this energy. It's like the energy of just like a 10, right? Like a 10, a 10 out of 10. I don't really know like what else to say, but that's really the energy that I'm feeling right away from how this person is viewing you. I wonder like if that's something that you think this person would say, or maybe they've said that to you, that you're a dime or a dime piece. That's so funny. Okay, this might sound a little bit weird, but for many of you, this person feels like they manifested you with this abundant energy of the Buffalo Spirit. Yeah, they feel like they manifested you into their life. Now, if they are more spiritually connected and have been like consciously manifesting, this idea may make a little bit more sense, or it might not seem as out of this world as it could in some cases. But this idea of them manifesting you could also indicate that they do see you as the total package, almost kind of the sense of if they were to design the perfect partner or the perfect love interest, or like the type of person that they would be the most attracted to, or something like that, someone that they would get along with so well, something like that, it would be you. So I feel like whether this person consciously manifested this, or even would use the term manifested in their everyday life, it's almost like they on some level have had that thought, like I drew this person to me, or I asked for exactly this type of person, and then poof, they popped up in my life. So there's definitely this kind of energy coming from this person when it comes to how they are viewing you. Because the buffalo is an animal that's seen as both very physical, very large animal, very dense animal, very heavy animal. So it's a very physical energy, a very earthy energy. And then also the buffalo has a very spiritual nature. And this is an animal that is viewed as one that provides a lot of value. So I feel like your crush sees you as a person who has in some way opened their mind. You could have opened their mind to a new culture. So it could be that the two of you are from different backgrounds, and whatever it is like that you've got going on, whatever that might be, I feel like they find it so interesting. They view you as someone with a lot of depth, someone with like a lot of experiences that might not be exactly the same as the experiences that they've had, but experiences that they feel like they can learn from. And it could be that your look to them is very exotic. It might be that like just even the color of your hair, like it's something very different than what they're used to. It might be different than the type of person that they typically date. Maybe you have like really dark hair or something, and they normally date people with really light hair, and it's like it's just intriguing, it's exciting to them that you're opening their mind to new possibilities, new traditions, new ideas, new ways of looking at the world. This could also be about opinions, like new opinions, new possibilities. I kind of feel like this is the type of person that you might get into like a political debate with or something. For a lot of us, like I know that's not even really our vibe to be debating with people on political issues, but I do feel like there's kind of this energy of like you've opened their mind to a new opinion. You've shown them something through a different lens that makes them be able to look at it like differently. And it kind of depends on how well you know this person, but I feel like on some level you're able to do this for them even if you have not spoken a word to this person. Like, there's just something about you that's very intriguing. This is odd, I have to say it. I feel like for some of you there's a tattoo involved here, and I'm seeing it as you with the tattoo. This might be them though, but I think the general idea is, if you, especially if you have a tattoo that's related to your culture in some way, that is related to some kind of tradition of yours, it's like this has caught this person's attention. This is probably something that is different for them, or it has pointed out a difference between the two of you, and they're very intrigued by it. So for those of you where this is the kind of crush where you really haven't even spoken to this person, you haven't made a lot of connection, what I'm seeing is that you've made an impression on them in some way, in one way or another. You've made an impression on them. Something about you has caught their attention. Something about the way you look, the way you move, the way you speak, if they've heard you, has definitely caught their attention and has opened their eyes. Interesting. Your connection with this person, like, no matter how brief it may be, if this is brand new, because this might be brand new, it could have caused them to want to adopt a more positive mindset, or to want to improve themselves in some way. It could have even had them kind of like seeking a more spiritual connection, because with this buffalo energy, they are viewing you as a very spiritual person. And I can see how that could be like really, I'm kind of intrigued. I'm like, well, what is, like, how well do they know you? Because it's almost like you've captivated this person in some way, that they're able to view you as spiritual. And it could be that you've had some sort of effect on them that they would categorize as spiritual, and so they're kind of like viewing you as that gateway, that door to something spiritual. And it could be like, literally, for some of you, this is your aura. Like, you have a very spiritual aura. You have this this light around you. You have this kind of this like magical vibe about you. So it's like they have already picked up on this, like, what is this magic? Like, what's going on here? I feel like there's just some kind of element of that. Like, they just see you as a very spiritual person, and it could even be inspiring them to become more spiritually connected. The buffalo is a symbol of strength and also a symbol of unity. I'm getting the feeling that your crush wants to unite with you, and this element of strength could speak to the intensity of the connection that they're like already picking up on. They also may see you as someone who is very strong, someone who is dedicated, a person who perseveres. For some of you, I'm hearing, okay, yeah, that's interesting. For some of you, I'm hearing that this person may have been or may be kind of a permanent fixture in your life. There's a permanence here. There's some energy of permanence. So I don't know if this is like they see you as someone who's very stable and devoted, and someone who can kind of weather the storms type of personality. But it's like, for some of you, this person is a permanent fixture in your life. Someone that you've known for a long time. It's like they've been crushing on you for longer than you might have realized, if that's the case. Because I'm getting this, I really am getting this sense of permanence. I feel like they're viewing you as someone who will be in their life for the long haul, or someone that they hope will be in their life for like an extended time. And this could be because you've already known each other for an extended time. I just have this feeling that they don't want this connection to fade or to go away. There's something about you that makes this person, there's something about you that makes this person feel more stable, or makes them want to be more stable, is kind of how I'm hearing it. I want to dig into this energy. I'm trying to get your get the next oracle cards and see what's going on. So we have waterfall. That is a repeated message if I've ever seen one. Let me get one more card. How does this person see? And we have bees. Okay. Two things right off the bat with these cards. First of all, like I was starting to say, this waterfall energy here is, it's a total repetition of the buffalo spirit energy. The waterfall is about abundance, generosity, and kind of like this lavish energy. And that's what we were talking about with the buffalo. This card says the abundant universe will provide, and I feel like this person is viewing you as abundant in some way, and this could be that spiritual side that they pick up on from you, or that little magical essence that they pick up on from you. But there's something really abundant about this, so this person is definitely seeing you that way, as an abundant person, maybe as someone who has done very well for yourself or is on your way to achieving a lot of success in life. This feels like respect to me. It feels like this person respects you. Like they value your opinion. Like they think you are on the right track about something. Like you're very successful in some way. The second thing that's jumping out to me is on this bees card, it says win and it says cute, which is really, really funny. There's attraction here for sure. This person thinks you're cute. That's for sure. And like I was saying, they kind of see you as that 10 out of 10. So I'm getting this feeling like they would feel very lucky to catch your attention. Yeah, that's how it's coming through. Like they kind of feel like you're out of their league, but they would view it as a stroke of good luck and almost like magic if they were able to actually be with you or talk to you or feel like you were interested in them at all. It's like they would view that as a win. They would they would just kind of take that. They would take that good luck. But yeah, I'm getting this feeling of like they must, I feel like this person views you as someone who is out of their league, and this could have to do with success and abundance. I don't know what this is, what they're viewing as so abundant about you. If this is literally like you have a lot of success in your career or a lot of financial security and success, and they view you as abundant in that way. This could be that they view you as someone who gets a lot of attention, gets a lot of offers, and you're abundant when it comes to like romantic prospects. But it's like they think, oh, it would be a total win if I could get this person to look. Yeah, they could feel like you're on a different level than they are. And it might be like they think you're just like way too attractive for them, or too smart for them, or too spiritual for them. It could even be. Yeah, they might be a little intimidated by your success. The interesting part is when I said too spiritual for them, it's like, I think this is something they really admire about you, but I also feel like it could be something that they think is very different about you if it's not an area where the two of you click, or they think you're like more like you're more advanced, or you have more experience in spiritual things. So it might be that they feel that they can't keep up with you when it comes to spiritual matters. They might want to even discuss with you something that's spiritual. Or if this was like, for some of you, this has to do with a tattoo, so they might have seen something that's like intriguing to them. It's sparking some sort of interest, but they're almost afraid to ask you about it because they think that they won't have enough to contribute to the conversation or something. It's like they just think you are on a different level. If this is a work scenario, because I'm picking up on that for some of you, this is a work scenario, it could be that you are their boss. They could also be your boss or be at like a higher level, a higher position than you are. Or there could be an age difference here. I'm picking up on, I'm picking up on this energy of them having you like just on this higher level. So this could be literal or some kind of figurative level that they see you on. Yeah, there's an area where they definitely feel like you have more to offer than they do. They see you in such a beautiful light. this is so goofy, but it's like they think you're the bee's knees. Like, that's coming through with this card. Like, they just kind of think you're it, is how this is coming through. There's definitely an emotional connection with the waterfall energy here. They formed some sort of emotional attachment to you. Yeah, I feel like you kind of bring out this emotional side in them, and it could be just because of the feelings that they have for you, but it's kind of this feeling of like they want to be emotional with you. They see you as someone who it would be really easy to explore emotions with, which is really sweet. Like, I will say that if you've had an emotional kind of connection, or you've been really emotional and vulnerable with this person, maybe you opened up and shared something about yourself with them, or you have the desire to, because it's almost like they can pick up on even the desire to do this, which is really weird. I feel like you guys might have some sort of spiritual connection, which is interesting, because I also feel like this person might not feel like they are as spiritually developed as you might be, or there's some difference between the two of you. Yeah, so back to what I was saying, if you have opened up emotionally with this person and shared something with them about yourself, or maybe you've shown them some kind of kindness, or you've done something nice for them, they definitely noticed that. Your crush kind of picked up on this emotional or caring side of you, and that's the main quality that's standing out to them. It makes them want to move closer to you. It makes them think that you would be someone who could like handle an emotional relationship with them, or someone they could be vulnerable with. And this could even be something they've seen you do with someone else. If they've seen you like be really kind and nurturing and supportive of someone else, they've noticed this about you, and it's like a main quality that they have honed in on. Like, this person is very sensitive, this person is very kind. That's how they see you. I feel like this person sees you more for your like inner qualities than your outer appearance, but obviously they've noticed that too, because we were talking about like the cuteness, like that there is attraction here, but they see a lot of those qualities under the surface. More of the like attributes of your personality, and more about how you're so caring and emotionally available is like what they see. Yeah, that's so interesting, because also I think this person really sees your drive as well. So I don't know like how you know this person and how well you know them, but like somehow they see your drive. Like they see something really abundant about you. They see you as someone who's ambitious and someone who's really taking care of business, whatever that means to you. And I don't even know how they would know this. Like, it could be the way you dress, the way you carry yourself. They just view you as someone who has a lot of success, who has a lot going for them. Yeah, this is another way where I'm getting that vibe of like they see you as above them in some way. Also, like almost like you would be too busy to talk to them, or a lot of people would be interested in you. That's again that abundant energy, but it's like they might think you're too busy, you have too much going on, and like they can't possibly fit into your busy schedule. That kind of feeling. They kind of see you as someone who is getting a lot of attention, has a lot on your plate. I think they might wonder sometimes why you would be interested in them, so they probably doubt that the feeling is mutual. Yeah, they kind of feel like on some level like they don't deserve you, they don't deserve a person like you. I have to be honest, they kind of feel like they're not sure if they can compare to you, or if they can live up to your standards in some way. Yeah. I feel almost like a timid energy coming from this person, and I don't know if they're timid all the time, or if they're timid when it comes to approaching a 10, because that's how it's like they get a little bit nervous, or they're a little bit standoffish at the idea of approaching somebody of your stature, and that is that might feel like it's a little bit odd to hear about yourself, because you might not feel that way at all. But yeah, this person looks at you like you really have a lot to offer, and you really have a lot of opportunity. So I feel like they kind of have this question, like, even when they think, oh, maybe this person, maybe this is reciprocal, maybe this person likes me too, they will doubt and second guess themselves, because they just don't feel like they could ever live up to your expectation. So that's really interesting. I am really curious now to look at your next 2 tarot cards. Right before I started this reading, I had this urge to pull 2 tarot cards for each of the groups. So now I get to find out what those cards are and how they play into this. And for these cards, I wanted to look specifically at how does this person feel towards you and this connection right now. Not this part about like how do they see you, but how are they feeling about this connection right now. And then we're going to jump back into how they see you. But a short little break just to kind of figure out what's going on feelings-wise for this person. So we have the Page of Wands in reverse. So much glare and reflection off of these cards. I do apologize about that. They are gorgeous cards, but they are very shiny at the same time. All right, and we have the King of Cups in the upright. Wow. I feel like the King of Cups and the Waterfall card are like hand in hand. They are going, they are tying together so seamlessly. I feel like we were just talking about like this emotional connection and the way that this person feels like they can emotionally connect to you, or like you are either that you're emotionally available, emotionally mature, or they've seen you like display some level of emotion towards them or someone else. So I feel like yeah, there's definitely this feeling of them wanting to like tap into that. It's something they see about you and something that really interests them about you. There's so much emotion and so much passionate drive to want to pursue this connection that I'm seeing in terms of the feelings that are coming out for this person. There's also kind of a hesitant energy because we have the Page of Wands in reverse. And another thing that's interesting about these 2 cards is we have again this idea of like a higher ranking energy, I guess we'll call it, a higher ranking energy and a lower ranking energy, because we have the King here and we have a Page here. So again, there's this feeling that this person doesn't feel like they're on your level in some way. And then we also have this kind of like, I'm going to call it immature energy, and it's not that this person is immature. It's just that like, I feel that they don't think of themselves as someone who's equipped to like move forward or take action, or right now they're feeling nervous about doing that. And like when we have the King of Cups here, I'm feeling like there's a lot of emotion here. Like their feelings toward this connection are very emotional. I'm trying to figure out how to really explain this, because it almost feels to me like a floodgate in a way. Like a floodgate of emotions that they aren't really sure how to manage. It almost feels like it could all come spilling out at once, and they kind of know this, and I feel like that's why this Page of Wands is in reverse. The Page of Wands is a page that would pursue passion, would pursue something that they feel really passionate about, and I feel like that's how this person feels towards you. There's a lot of emotion behind that passion, but it's almost like, because the Page is that beginning energy, it's like taking those first steps, deepening this connection in those initial ways, and this is coming up in the reversed position. So it's like, oh, they're like hesitant to take that first step to let you know. And I'm getting the feeling that it's because of all of this emotion. It almost feels like pent up emotion that's kind of behind that energy of wanting to move forward. So yeah, I feel like they're still trying to figure out how to turn all of that emotional feeling into something that can be action oriented. They really view you as a catch. I just have to reiterate that because that keeps coming through. They view you as a catch. That can be intimidating for some people. And I feel like there might be an intimidation factor here, like a lot. I feel like there was a little bit of intimidation in the last reading I just did, but it's like here I feel it on a different level. I think that they sense something kind of developing between the two of you, and they might not know if they can trust it yet. That can be another reason why they're kind of like holding back when it comes to the action. the feelings that they have are much deeper than they know how to express right now, is kind of how I'm reading this. And it's like, because we're looking into their feelings when it comes to this connection, it's like they feel like they're holding something back. They're holding back this emotion because they don't want to let too much of it out. They're not really sure how to take the action. It feels to me like, well, I'm not really sure how to talk to this person because I might reveal too much. I might say too much. I might let them know that I've been having these feelings for them for quite some time, or that these feelings are very deep. Yeah. I feel like they're in the process of kind of like figuring out how to express emotion a little bit more. It could feel daunting to them. Putting that big of a feeling into words or into action might feel kind of daunting to them. Let's look at your tarot. That's what it feels. I feel like this person isn't as experienced when it comes to taking action as they are in like their capacity to feel this emotion. Because it feels kind of like if the Page of Wands was responsible for expressing the depth of emotion that the King of Cups feels, he might feel a little bit inadequate when it comes to taking on that role. It's like, he's like, how can I feel like I have to give this one more shuffle. Sorry. He's like, how can I express everything that the King of Cups is feeling? That's a bit much. I think that is, there's kind of a disconnect in terms of the amount of emotion and the action that this person feels comfortable taking, that they feel like they can adequately express. That's how that's coming through. Five of Pentacles and the High Priestess. Wow. You know that magic we were talking about? We were kind of talking about this, something is so intriguing about you. Like, there's a magical essence about you. There's something that's really caught this person's attention. And that's definitely what I am picking up on here with the High Priestess. The Fool. I love this energy. I feel like this person kind of feels like they have to go out on a limb at some point. Oh my gosh. The Empress. Let's get one more. I'm a little overwhelmed right now. Wow. The Four of Swords. Bottom of the deck. Seven of Cups. Okay. It's like there's so many different options here. There's so many ways they could approach this. They're just not really sure how. They're also viewing you as somebody with a lot of choices, a lot on your plate, like I was picking up on before. That Seven of Cups energy is playing into a lot of the action that this person wants to take towards you, or like if they're willing to take it or not. That Seven of Cups energy is playing into that because they view you as somebody with a lot of offers, a lot of attention, a lot to do. They view you as someone who's really busy. And it's like, they kind of think like, well, they wouldn't have time for me, or they wouldn't be interested in me. That's so interesting. What's underneath this? Yeah, the Two of Swords. Yeah. A lot of decisions, it feels like. I got overwhelmed by this energy because we're looking at how this person is viewing you. And you guys literally had the High Priestess and the Empress show up. That's a lot. And that's the energy I was picking up on, that Buffalo Spirit energy. There's a lot of like heft to that. There's something deep about that. That's like somebody who is such a force, such a presence, and like so transcendent and spiritual at the same time. And wow, it's this person, wow. They just see you in such a high regard. They see you as someone who is extremely tapped in, tuned in, intuitive, magical, spiritual. Also somebody who is very adept at like creating abundance and very nurturing at the same time. I'm seeing all of that in the Empress card. The really interesting part about this is that Buffalo Spirit was giving me Empress vibes the whole time. All of this talk about abundance, and when I think about extreme abundance, like some real level of like just that creative energy, that really abundant creative energy, I think of the Empress. And then the card shows up. So Yeah, this person might also see you as somebody who kind of keeps to yourself a little bit. We opened up your spread with the Five of Pentacles and then closed it with the Four of Swords. And I feel like the body language in these two cards is very similar. This kind of like drawn in, this sort of protective energy, this almost like fetal position energy. Some of you might be a parent because, like, it's just interesting. I just said fetal position, and then like the Empress on this card is, and actually in a lot of cards, is depicted as a pregnant woman. So that might be something like that they admire about you. They might see you as a great mother, a very nurturing parent. But this could also be that they see you as someone who would be very, very good at being a parent, who would be a very good mother or father. Because this abundant and this nurturing energy has been coming through on your, like, in your reading the entire time. So I really feel like there's something there. There's kind of a freedom to you as well, like a free-spiritedness that this person sees. I like that because I feel like they see you as somebody who is very balanced. Because I see this energy of like a grounded energy, of almost practical energy, but then at the same time a very spiritual energy. And there's this very abundant energy which tells me that they see you as someone who like knows how to create a lot of material success and abundance, knows how to move their life forward, but also someone who is willing to kind of throw caution to the wind sometimes and maybe operate a little bit outside of the box. And that could have to do with this way that you've opened this person's mind, because we were talking about like something about you is really intriguing. Something about your look is exotic to them. There's something different about you. I'm kind of picking up on that with this Fool energy here. It's like there's something there. It's like you're a breath of fresh air in a way. Like you may have opened their minds to new things. It's funny because in this Fool card, she's holding like a crystal. It kind of looks like an amethyst crystal. So it could be something like that. Like you open this person's mind to like the idea of some sort of spiritual healing or some kind of spiritual idea. That tattoo we were talking about for some of you could even be of a crystal. There's just some energy here where they kind of just view you as very independent, a free thinker, almost like a lot of fun. I don't know what this energy is. It's like they think something's really fun about you, something's very interesting about you. The way you approach life is very interesting, and I don't know what cues they're picking up on to know this. This could be conversations you've had, or it could just be the way that you present yourself. But it's like they see you as someone who is very abundant and grounded and like so free to like try something new or to get outside the box at the same time. And there's also this reserved energy coming through here. They might see you as someone who keeps to themselves or who would prefer to keep to themselves. And like it might be a little bit hard for them to like get into your space, almost like it's almost like there's a wall, like something is kind of closed off. They don't know if they can approach you, if they can get you to open up. You might be a very private person, or that's how they're viewing you. Yeah, very private, very like very much keep to yourself type of energy. It's interesting because of all this like this kind of intimidation factor that I picked up on. I don't know if you're actually this introverted person that your crush is seeing you as, or if they kind of view you as someone who's unreachable because they're intimidated, because it very well could be that. It could be that they're like, oh wow, they're just way out of my league, they're untouchable, kind of that feeling of like, that's a perfect 10, that's untouchable status right there. That could be what makes them feel like you're a little bit guarded, or there's a wall up, or you're super hard to get to know. They might feel like they have to pull information out of you. If this is someone that you're actually like, that you talk to often or something, like they might feel like they have to really pull information out of you. Yeah, I keep getting this feeling of like you keep to yourself, or they can't reach you. Yeah, I'm interested to know what that's about. They might not be able to reach you. We had religious factors come out. Interesting. We were talking about potentially maybe like a cultural difference or a difference in tradition. So you have the religious factors card come out. We were also talking about spirituality. I just got chills, you guys. I just got chills. Wow. Okay. So for some of you, that's confirmation right there. There might be some kind of religious or spiritual differences that are at play here. They see you as someone who's highly spiritual, or whose religious background might pose a problem in this connection, something like that. This card says your love life is influenced by your religious upbringing and spiritual path. And this doesn't have to be a negative thing, but this is definitely something that they have seen in you, or something that they are considering when it comes to this connection. Like they might, it might be something to do with their own religious or spiritual background. But we're talking about, like, you may have opened this person's eyes to some kind of spiritual idea or something like that, and they see you as someone who's highly spiritual, almost in a magical kind of way. High Priestess, I mean, it doesn't get any more spiritually magical than that. It's also this feeling of like, they feel like you know something they don't know. I get that feeling with the High Priestess. It's like she's kind of guarding some information or some kind of knowledge or wisdom, and it's like they kind of feel like you know something they don't. Like you're in tune in a way that they aren't. You had 2 cards come out, and we were only looking for 1. So we had the Children card come out. I see why. We were talking about that. I was saying you might be a parent with that reference to the fetal position and this Empress card. Your love life is being affected by children, and we also have attraction. You attract romantic love by enjoying this moment fully. That's the Fool energy. That's the Fool energy. They see you as someone who lives in the present moment, who kind of someone who is very present, who feels their way through things, who's tapped in. That's refreshing energy, and that's kind of what we were talking about. So yeah, and there's definite attraction here. There's definite attraction here. So interesting, because a lot of the messages were kind of confirmed by those cards. So that's definite confirmation and reiteration for those of you where those messages were kind of like clicking. There might be children involved here. There also might be kind of a childlike energy here, like a playfulness that this person feels around you or something like that. With that Fool energy, there's kind of this feeling of like they just see you as somebody who they might want to just kind of like start something new with. They might want to start over with. They might even have that kind of feeling like we could just run away, that kind of vibe. I get those feelings from the Fool. And for those of you like who do have ties, like if you have children and it's like, you know, maybe that would complicate matters. This could be something that they have thought about if they know that about you. Very interesting. I definitely see attraction here, almost an overwhelming amount of attraction for this person. Looking through their eyes, it's like, whoa, this person's pretty intimidating. They're the total package, and it's kind of freaking me out. That's how this comes across. So yeah, I think I'm going to leave it there for you. Thank you so much for hanging out with me. I hope that this reading provided some clarity about how your crush is viewing you right now. If you did resonate with any of these messages, don't forget to like the video, leave me a comment down below, and hit that subscribe button if you feel like it. And hopefully I will see you again in another reading really soon.